It's the KC Show, coming at you live inside Affordable Title Loan Studio in downtown Union. It's your life, your town, your show. With your host, Kyle, a.k.a. KC King.
No Michael in there. Screw you. What's up, Mikey?
KC King.
Woo!
Hello, everyone.
What's up, Key? What's up, Key? Key Cook? Man, I hope the audio's going to work. Everybody was like, it's not working. And then I turned my phone on and it's working. I'm like, quit it. Stop doing it. So let's get the eye on the prize. There he is. Look at that chat. Look at that chat. What's going on, Kyle? Still loving the show, brother. Who said that?
John.
John, still loving it. Supposed to always be in love with me.
Sharing.
Yeah, I guess I need to do that, don't I?
Keep you on your toes.
Yeah, well, that's what she said.
All right.
Unfortunately, she was not able to stay on her. So, all right. So I just shared Mike's crap.
Thank you,
That's
sir.
some bull spit right there, buddy. I'm going to share mine just in case I did not get it here. Oh, no, let's make that public. There we go. There we are. All right. So, what's up, guys? What's going on? Let's make sure it's going live on the KC Show. It is live on the KC Show, right?
Yep.
There it is.
Yep.
This new restream, it's great, but I got to get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And we're getting used to it. So, ladies, gents, what's up? Let me go through the chat, which I have that you don't, but you can see on the thing. So now you don't have to, whatever. Check out the new hat, Patty said.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's
you
not
just pissed
red.
Mike.
Yeah.
You just pissed Mike off. Thank you.
Thanks.
What's up, Pam, Virginia? Well,
Go
Kevin,
back to
I
Georgia.
do not want to talk to you at all. Like, not even a little bit. Dude went to the Trump. He didn't even bother. So like, man, let me take some true celebrity status with me. That way I know for a fact we'll meet Trump. If Trump knew I was sitting out there in the stand, be like, the KC Show's here? Hold up. Stop the whole thing. Let's bring Kyle up here.
You're fake news.
What's up, man? What's up, Virginia? John.
Greenwood in the house.
Greenwood. What's up, Nick? Look at the chat, man. I love that part. What do you think about that? Like that? I like that. Lake Greenwood, man. It's going to be supposed to be pretty nice Sunday. Might be able to get some fishing done if you're in Greenwood. So, Mike, like I said, we got a new system up. Looks like everything's smooth. We're going to have so much. And also, forgot to do this part. Should have did that to start with. But boom. That's going to be really nice when it comes across your screen. But guys, this is going to be a lot of the things that I'm going to be able to do. I mean, we're going to bring people with this new system. We're going to be able to bring you into the show more than ever. We're actually able to do live polling on the show. Like, I'll be able to actually do it. Man, it's crazy amount of stuff I'll be able to do. And I know Mike, you know, Kyle, wear your hat. Make Kyle wear your hat. Hey, Mike.
I'm just going to reach over here and grab it and wear it myself.
There you go. What's up? What's up, Dennis? How's y'all doing? What the hell?
How's y'all
doing today? So, guys.
I do declare.
Oh my God! But here we go. So, we're going to be talking about a few issues and a few things that's going to be coming up in the coming weeks. One of the big things that we're going to be talking about here in a few minutes is this article that Union County News.
They can't see.
Yep, Union County News put in the paper. This is the first paper I have bought. This first Union County newspaper
This
I ever
week.
bought ever. So hey, you made it to the KC Show, but
Gastonia?
may not be for the right reasons. Gastonia
And
All
Myrtle Beach.
Love the flea market up there. We are getting fancy. That's right. Hey, don't forget. Don't think it was just Mike that's got one. Ba-boom. That's also one for Daggity.
I ain't never even seen mine.
I can't even talk. I just tried to say daddy and I said Daggity.
Yeah. That sounds better.
So, Let's make sure everything's good. So we'll go ahead and kind of start rolling into things. I tell you what, man, today was a rough day. Rough day for me, rough day for Patty. If it's rough for me, it's rough for her. It was bad. Cautious if you ever try to sell something on eBay. Don't do it. Just sell it personally yourself because eBay will screw you. So, we're just going to jump right into this because this is kind of going to lead into what I wanted to talk about for the rest of the night. We are going to have Sherfield on. I'm going to schedule it up with him. The honest reason I don't have him on yet is simply for the fact of I wanted to get the new system set. I didn't want to have it glitching. The lag that y'all seen with Tom, we're doing everything we can to get rid of that junk. Charter, for some reason, has decided that this center location right here is going to be their dead zone, where it just seems like internet comes here to die, and they're doing a fantastic job. So, Kyle, what have you been drinking? Dr. Pepper. That's probably bad enough. Probably got more chemicals in that than any alcohol. What do you think, Mike?
Probably close.
Wonderful commentary by Michael tonight. So
they're more stupid questions.
that is indeed. I love the chat, man. I am so fascinated by that chat. Hopefully,
What about this coronavirus, man?
it's getting rough.
Man, this
Patty's got it. Her nose started to bleed, so she has now been quarantined. No, but there is outbreaks happening. 2 in Atlanta.
Greenville.
There's a supposedly one that's possible. They're being tested. I don't like that.
they put it out.
They put it
knowing.
out there without knowing. You know, don't put people into panic yet. Cody Alcorn, he's a good one, but I think his friend was tested positive.
Yes,
And
I think so.
my question is, if you're tested positive,
why
how
did
did you get across the border?
That's what I'm saying. Why not test before you come back in?
Well, I guess he had to be. He had to be found tested positive. I mean, he had to be.
Well, no, I think the boy went to his friend to Germany and then came back. Or was that his friend?
I think his friend came back from Germany. From what I read, I don't know.
It don't matter.
It
One of
doesn't
them's
matter. It's
got it.
bad. Yeah, it's bad. It could be both of them that's got it.
Like, why is people traveling abroad to places with known outbreaks?
Yeah, I was talking to one lady. She's going on a cruise, and she might be watching right now. I'm not going to say her name, but she was like, cruising, so out of time. I'm like, don't do it. Right now, is it worth the chance? I understand. And Carnival is understanding, from what I've understood.
You said Coronaval.
Did I? Did I? Well, Carnival
That's
is
pretty good.
understanding, very understanding. But they are understanding of the situation. But if I was Carnival, I think I'd do everything I could to have on board screening. You got to do something. I don't know how long the test takes to get back, but they got to figure out something.
Well, I seen that Lysol, the purple can, if you look on the back, it kills 99.9% of viruses and germs. It says on the back of the label, the human coronavirus. So,
Really? That's crazy.
like, y'all already have something to kill it. I'm just go spray some Lysol around.
Why don't you just give somebody a little spray of Lysol down the throat? Now that could work, but it's going to be bad. But it's like all the rest of them. I believe it's a little blown out of proportion sometimes, but we'll see what happens. Hopefully it is blown out of proportion. It's
Right.
not, not as bad as what they try to deem it. But let's get back to our local news. I want to talk about this here in the county news, guys, and let me know what you think in the chat. We have had a lot of controversy.
Call in.
Somebody want to call in?
No, I'm saying
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
tell them
You-
if they have a question. They
You
don't
were
have to just
getting
chat it.
ahead of the show there, Buttero. Now people's gonna start calling
That's what-
and interrupt me.
That's
Is that what you wanted?
Perfect.
Good. Don't give them the number. But all the things that we've had happen in Union County, Sheriff Taylor, Mark Brown, you got Frank Hart's controversy, you got Joe Nichols' controversy. You have all these things going on. And guys, let me tell you something. I have a lot of information that I wish I could just put on here because it would rock one candidate it would put him out before he even began. But unfortunately, I can't do that right now. I'm going to give a certain individual the opportunity for them to do it themselves whenever the time comes. So, I'm going to respect that if that's what they ask me to do. When somebody tells me, hey, don't talk about this, I don't. When somebody tells me to keep their name, I do. I never release names here unless they tell me to. But all that controversy and no words in this paper unless somebody else talks about it first, then they say, okay, we're going to talk about it. Here's my thing. In this main title here,
Headline news.
yeah, Maccabee announces for sheriff and admits indiscretions. It's like they want to make sure that everybody knows. Let's not worry about Maccabee the person. Let's talk about the indiscretions first.
Maccabee the past.
And it's like, they start talking about Sheriffville for a lot of the part of it, and they're just constantly talking about this indiscretion. And I'm like, okay, he's pretty much admitted it. Now, I will say, and Mike was here, Patty was here, they were all here. I told him, just like I'll tell anybody else, you got something that you need to, let the public know that the public's going to eventually know about. You get it out there and you put as much detail out as you can, because once you squash it like that, this paper would have had nothing to write about. They wouldn't have had nothing to write about if he would have just got it out there completely. Like, here's the girl. This is when it happened. This is what happened. After today, no more, because you know everything. No need to try. And then, because if you go hunting for information, you know how information gets scoured like that. Okay, well, he didn't meet this girl once. He did it 15 times at the, the road inn or something.
Yeah.
And that may be a complete lie. But see, when you leave it out there on the table like that, you're leaving people to be able to create their own story out of the little bit of story that you give it.
Yeah.
So, hopefully, I think it's just, he just really needs to make a video, get it off his chest, get it all out there, every bit of it, because people are going to keep talking about it. Might as well knock it out now. Don't let it ride all the way to November. So,
they make it seem so bad because of his indiscretions, but you also had a sheriff who was married.
Two of them.
Yeah, and multiple different accusations.
Yeah.
In office. So, which one's the worser of the two?
Well, you think about it. We got a sheriff right now who sending a picture of somebody's penis is okay. Having a deputy receive oral favors with a pizza in the front seat of a cop car getting recorded is okay. Having two deputies possibly having an affair inside of the department is okay.
In a vehicle.
Having possibly a cell phone held, whether it was being held because he was instructed to or he was holding it because he wanted to.
Yeah.
That's okay. Possibly a recording, even though it's saying this doesn't exist, but in a celeb report it's brought up. Possibly a recording held against somebody. Not saying it is, not saying it ain't, but that is okay. But if you talk to the KC show with zero tolerance and you are fired. That's the kind of sheriff that we have sitting in our office right now. So, Union's got a lot to prove to itself. But back to Union County newspaper here. I don't like this. And believe it or not, can you believe that I'm saying that? I don't like this because if you want to write about his indiscretions, that's fine. But why don't you make an article about him running and then maybe below it, maybe talk about his indiscretions on another line, another article. But he deserves to have the full. Let me tell you something. We had Hal Blackwell, whatever the hell, that insane man, that cuckoo bird of a man, and he got front page. I mean, he was like, they blasted him as if like he was, this dude was more insane than Jamie Davis. I mean, it takes a lot to get to that point, but he was. I mean, the guy was in freaking sane, but he didn't get no rap in the paper. Now, I think it was a different paper, but he didn't get no rap. I believe that Tom deserved an article dedicated to his experience and what he wanted to do. Then if you wanted to have another article inside of this paper about his indiscretions, that's fine. But combining them together, I thought that was kind of low. Because I don't know if they ever wrote an article about Sherfield. I'm sure they have. I might have to go back and look in the archive. But, you know, there's things that, I mean, maybe I'm just looking too much into it, but I just thought that was poor taste.
Yeah. They should have, it should have been based on his campaign or his introduction into running for office.
Then, you know, we got 7 months, 7 months. But I just, that was just my opinion. I'm sure I'm wrong in some way, shape, or form, but that just stuck out to me. It just stuck out to me. But like I say, we are going to have Sherfield. It'll probably be next week. Because that'll give me at least 2 more recordings of a show to let me know that this is running good or running bad. So hopefully, was it in last week's paper? Okay. That's right, Cindy. Everybody has a pass. Every single person has a pass. And that's the thing. Is it bad enough to the point to where I can go, well, I wouldn't vote for him? My answer to that is, honestly, I don't think so. But see, I'm left without details. It's his personal life. I don't think he did it on the job, and if he didn't do it on the job, then no, it's not enough for me not to vote for him. I would vote for him, if he was a candidate of my choosing. That would not stand in my way. Right. What's your thoughts?
I'm the same. He didn't do it in office. He was just a regular person. No affiliation to any kind of authority in union or office-wise. So, and he has brought it to the forefront when, there is currently one, and maybe some of the other candidates who have done it maybe while in office, so.
Yeah. I mean, that is. I mean, it's happened. I mean, we have a sheriff who drives his county paid tax car all the way to Myrtle Beach when he goes on vacation. Got the damn sticker on the back. So he can try to deny it, but he can also try to whatever. But you've got the damn sticker, on the back of the car where he's drove it all the way down there. And some people have asked him about that, and he says, well, if something happens, I don't have to go to my house and get my other car. You're having to drive 3 hours back. I think whatever emergency can take you taking an extra 10 minutes to go by your house and pick up your county car. You get what I'm saying? This is the stupidity. This is the things that you don't hear about. And that's why Sheriff Taylor has a zero tolerance, because he knows that I don't care. If he's done something stupid, it will be here, regardless of. And let me tell you something, you little zero policy bull crap, it ain't working, brother. You have no respect in that office. Do you think people are worried about you? You think they're worried about what you say? No, they're not. They're going to find a way, because they don't respect you, Taylor. I don't respect you. You don't deserve respect. You should resign, because don't forget that whole county council meeting, that whole blow up, this whole new government that's coming in, it's all because of you. And not because of what you did, because of what you will not do. Not because of what you did. And I just think it's just in poor taste. It shows your character. And I hope it follows you. I hope it, because you're putting this town through a tough decision, making, and I'm going to take up for Frank Hart. Holy crap. You're making Frank Hart do something that maybe in any other time he probably would not want to do. Maybe he would. I don't know. But I don't think he would. And I know 2 or at least 3 the other county council members don't want to do it. But you're putting them in the position to do so. Mike, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, where do you go from there?
God dang it. Hey, boy, he's checked out. He knows work's coming in about.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, nothing's going to change.
No.
When he has that power of authority he can press his will on anybody, just like the zero policy. And he's not resigning. There's no way to force him out unless a higher intervention steps in. So at this point, our hands is tied, and that's when you're basically wishing for the greatness or the humanity in the person to step down.
Yeah, and Tammy Ann, that's great. That's great. Hopefully, that's great. I mean, I want to read it, but at the same time, I don't. You know, Tom. Anybody want to look? Tom will be speaking at a restaurant here in town that I do not support. And that's just, I'll leave that there. And I'll leave that there. I want to talk about that, and maybe we will in future tense, because a lot of people have been asking about that, and
Jump ship.
It's not really petty, because I would want to know it. I would want to know that, but at the same time, it could be considered petty. So we'll move on. And that's it, man. It's all about truth. It's just all about simply, whether it could have been Tom McAbee who's done what Taylor's done. I'd say the same thing. If it was Mike, I'd say the same thing. I mean, it doesn't, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your name is. I'm worried about what you've done, what you're going to do. But let's see here. Let's read some. Let's see. When he fired me because I had an affair, he sent out a memo to every employee to block me on social media. That all of a sudden I'm in a cage for something I did not do, Dean Gibson said. Wow. We need to get Dean on the phone. So guys, we'll go ahead and do what Mike says. We're going to take your calls. Let me know what you think about our candidates. What do you think about, and all of them aren't coming out yet. They're going to come out. I believe the sign-up time begins on March 16th. That's when you're going to start to see a lot of candidates, but we are going to have Sherfield in here. And Sherfield, hopefully he'll be able to answer a bunch of questions that we all have. But I'm telling you, man, depending on what this ballot looks like in November, Union can be a much different county, and not in a good way next year. Not in a good way at all. If we repeat the same people sitting in seats, if we give them everything they're asking for as far as government style, money, and no changes to the hands that make the power, and then this possible new police, I'll be honest with you. If all those things go through, I cannot guarantee I'm not out. I mean, like, I'm checking out. There's no way I'm living under a town of a regime ran by one man in a power trip. Because then, if you think about it, the whole freaking town is going to be run by two people if that new form of government happens. Literally two people. Joe and Frank. Seriously. In the end. That's scary. To me, that's scary. The other people are like, well, I'm so scared. Oh, I can get my Bud Light on the weekend. I mean, some people don't care like that, but they have no idea. Mike, your thoughts?
I don't.
I know you don't think at all.
I don't think they're going to win. I don't think it's going to happen like that, because people have finally woken up and realized the backdoor deals that have been going on in Union that you haven't known about, and a lot. Don't you interrupt me. Hush, hush, hush.
I'm agreeing.
With a laugh.
I laughed and agreed. I'm like, yeah.
But, I mean, people finally see it, and people are fed up. Every year they want to increase the tax. They want to add a penny here, a penny there, when originally you said this was it. And it's the same every time. They're just going to keep climbing. They're going to keep asking you to give more while they take more. Yeah. There's no win. They haven't even once touched on any of the issues that have been raised by the citizens, one mainly being the power bill being so high. And then now you see that the two executives are in hot water from the investigation of
robbery.
Bribery. So who knows? Maybe something can happen from this. Maybe we can get some lower rates. But I mean,
and then that's still pending. I mean,
people
you think about it. We've got Mark Brown, who was under a criminal investigation. You got Joe Nichols, who was under a bribery investigation. We've got a high school principal possibly under possible criminal investigation. That's still ongoing. I mean, you look at these. SLED, our sheriff, was under investigation. Our entire police department was under investigation. I can't never remember her name. God dang it, man. Melanie, her office under investigation for theft, something that she cracked down on, and kudos to her. She handled that. She handled that good. You have all these people. Frank Hart was also not under investigation, but was questioned about some characteral issues, and he still has some questions to answer. In my world, he does. Now, my world don't matter to his world, and that's absolutely fine. But you think about that. That is just about every. Look at our my head. It's just so much. Superintendent. I mean, you look at him, guys. That's every corner of our town.
Of the
Principal,
hierarchy branch.
Superintendent, county supervisor, city supervisor, whatever the hell his name is. The sheriff. I mean, guys, that's every corner that has been under at least one investigation or has been questioned by an investigational team within the last year and a half, 2 years? Holy,
Batman.
Yes. I mean, that is.
Yeah, and then somebody just commented that Biden won, so are people really awake? Well,
that's a good question.
You got to look at it. Their choices, and that's just the Democrats voting. That is not people who support Trump.
That was Republicans voting, man. I believe it, because if you go
Who's
back,
going to be easier to beat?
That's right. If you go back and look at the caucus that happened, what was it, in Ohio, right? Mm-hmm. At that caucus, the controversy around who won, blah, 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 who cares? But Bernie Sanders won there. Let me tell you something. That woke up a lot of Republicans, not Democrats. That woke up a lot of Republicans, and a lot of Republicans were like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. It was funny. A couple people was, this old man who's out of his mind wants to take 53% of people's checks, taxes. Oh, okay, yeah, that was fun. Okay, now it's serious. So what I believe happened, which I know a lot of you happen to do, everybody went and voted for Joe because they know that Democrats do not like Joe. So I believe a lot of Republicans went and Joe won, and hoping that was going to punch Bernie Sanders in the throat, maybe even possibly get him to start looking at calling his candidacy. But that's not going. He makes so much money on his candidacy, man. It's unreal. So Creepy Joe, I hope he gets on the final ballot, but I don't see it, man. I see it actually being Bernie this time, which is freaking scary.
Yeah, I mean,
that is so scary
to be announced that you are trying to create socialism. And be still, after making that statement, still be elected as the chair running. I mean, come on.
I mean, it's scary.
People just don't remember what socialism is anymore.
Go to Venezuela.
They need to look it up and find one government that has succeeded under a rule of socialism. The people starve, the people are poor, the people have nothing, while the government has it all.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically it in a nutshell.
That's it. I mean, go to Venezuela. That's all you got to do is go to Venezuela.
Check anywhere that has ran that type of government. Yeah. I mean, you see now the starving people that we're giving the food to, because guess what? Their socialistic government isn't helping them.
Look at Mexico. I mean, Mexico, when Trump was talking about we sent all this aid down there, and they were like, oh, Trump's full of bull crap and this and that. And then this journalist, how the hell that happens, but this journalist walks in on I think he said it was over a 10,000 square foot warehouse, just to the rafters of food, water, diapers, supplies, and everybody called Trump a liar for rain. But that's the kind of leadership that's surrounding our government right now. George Soros, he is doing some serious damage to the world. That man is worse than Adolf Hitler times 5. And he actually used to work for Hitler. It's crazy to think. Yep. Crazy to think. But all Union sees is free stuff. Yeah, and that's a lot, especially in a small town like this. You're going to get a lot of that. Hopefully, people use their common sense, though. But, there are some who just want to live off that system. That's all they want to do. They don't want to make their living. They want to live off that system. But I tell you this right now, Union County is more in local trouble than I believe we are in big government trouble. Right now this is a big time for Union County to stand up and go, no, thank you. We appreciate you wanting to spend every cent and dime that we have of tax, but no, thank you. So hopefully we can get a couple of calls in. It's 30 minutes in. I want to take some calls. I want to hear what people's got to think. What did you think about Tom's candidacy? What did you think about him on the show? Who do you think should run? I see a lot of people talking about Jeff Bailey,
Or if you got something totally
off
contrary, something else you want to talk about.
This is going to be y'all's show.
Go ahead.
If we can make it y'all's show tonight, I mean, we could talk about anything. Whatever you want to talk about. If somebody wants to talk about Jamie Davis when he was 20, he was dating a 15-year-old. We have no problem. Let's talk about it. Have no problem. Let's read some messages here. You seen any good ones, Mike?
I'm not really reading them too much.
Let's see. I don't YouTube unless I'm watching Kyle and Mike. Thank you.
Whoop whoop.
Yeah, Bernie Sanders needs to go home and sit in his recliner and watch Sanford and Son. Oh man, but it's really scary. And guys, let me tell you something. I have a couple of stories, like I say, that I'm sitting on, and it's scary. But at the same time, hopefully, when it comes out, it will open a lot of people's eyes. But we do have a call. Let's go ahead. Hello, it's Kyle
and Mike.
Hey, Kyle.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, Mike.
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. What can we do for you? Go ahead.
I have a quiz,
Okay.
and it's about Frank Hart.
All right. My favorite subject.
Uh-huh. Did, if I'm not mistaken, is he supposed to audit the sheriff's department? Is that part of his job?
No, ma'am. His part of his job is not actually the sheriff's office is one of the offices left in the state of South Carolina that actually does not fall under any type of true audit. Now they talked about that at the county council meeting. It's disturbing because that lets you know that probably more of this is probably happening statewide. But no, ma'am. He doesn't audit the sheriff's office, but he does cut checks for the sheriff's office, and he does take receipts and things like that. So maybe we could say that maybe when the receipts didn't match with the deposits and checks and that, if he's got any hand in that whatsoever, maybe he could have paid attention a little closer than that. But in the end, no, ma'am. He literally has nothing to do with over the sheriff's office.
I see.
Yep.
Well, I misunderstood that part.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We're here to try to make sure. Frank thinks that we're here to just absolutely dog him, and he tries to say, but we're here to tell the truth, and if we get the truth, sometimes getting the truth from these politicians is tough. So we can only go by what they tell us.
Teeth.
Yeah, telling you. Was that all the questions you had, darling?
Yes, that's all I wanted to know, and I appreciate that.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Awesome. I love that, man. That's we need more of that. Just asking a question and learning, because you never too old, too young, or anything in between to learn, man. Like I say, when I talked to Frank Hart at the end of the county council meeting, I told him, you're making yourself look really bad right now because you're going after way too much power. I could just loop that. I could just loop that over and over of how much power that he will have, and it's too much power for one man.
Yeah, when the national government isn't built off of that,
He always likes to use, well, it's not me, it's the council. It's the count. You know, Joe Nichols made a choice, and guess what? That council did not do. Same thing will happen. I promise. Same thing will happen. All right, got another call. Awesome, man. I love this. This is Kyle with the KC Show, and Mike.
What's up, man? Scared.
What's up, Kev? What's up, brother? Hey, I'm still mad at you, man. Let's hang up.
That was a White House and Secret Service. We'll keep that in the wrap till the last minute.
Oh, okay. I got you. I understand.
Yeah.
Well,
I couldn't really.
I have security
we didn't
clearance.
get to meet him either, so it kind of sucked. But
it
was all right.
Hey, you were there,
pretty
man.
close.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah, met a bunch of North Carolina politicians, and unfortunately, Lindsey Graham was there too. But
oh no, you don't like Lindsey? You don't like you don't like the Graham man?
I think it's a fence rider.
Yeah, that's true.
But I was going to talk to you, about local government and big government. The thing like the sheriff's office, is about the missing money type thing, and like Frank said, that their money don't come in there, like you were saying. But to me, like if we've had a reputation for something like this for our sheriff's office, then why is the system like that? You know what I mean? Like, why not change it? If the next sheriff comes in, I think that'd be a great idea to where it, instead of just being on one office and the sheriff's office and being like, oh, this approved and the money's good, and any other offices in the county, clerk of court or whatever, goes through every person on county council, goes through Frank Hart, and it has to be, approved and make sure it's good. I don't know why at least that portion of the sheriff's office couldn't be like that in the future.
Right. Well, let me ask you something, Kevin. When you were in the military, how many people did you truly, like when I say this, I mean, I know you have multitudes of people above you, but in your immediate area, I guess is the word, how many people did you answer to?
Superior wise?
Like two.
So
immediate, yeah.
And let me ask you something. Was there ever a time where those two leaders ever conflicted with anything with you or with your platoon, whatever? Was there ever a time where those two ever conflicted?
Yeah, but one of them supersedes the rest because he's higher ranking over the whole platoon. Right.
So my point to that is, now can you imagine it being 7?
Right.
Or 8?
Yeah.
That's why this whole new police force, as you're saying, I'm trying to look at it from the cops' point of view. I could not think of a more.
No, I'm not saying like the whole. No. I think you misunderstand what I'm saying. I'm saying the money track. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
well, yeah.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying to where it comes. Their budget comes across all the county council's desks. And Frank Hart gets to check it. Now, what you're talking about, the whole police force, no, I'm definitely not with that.
Well, here's my thing with the budget part. We just, at that county council meeting, before I turned it on, $20,000 was spent for a salary analysis to be, for Melanie's department and other departments, $20,000. I guarantee you we could find a low-level accountant and pay them $20,000 one time a year to completely have our total sheriff's office in budget.
Exactly. And that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Why we can't do that in the future? I think that'd be a great setup for a future. So I think you misunderstood what I was talking about.
I think I was hearing you. I was just talking about that. I wanted to ask you that part, but no, I agree with you. But they do have somebody. They do have a lady because that's all Sheriff Taylor wanted to talk about at the council meeting. That they do
but
now
that's
have
just one person. That's my whole problem too.
Exactly.
It's just one person versus 8 or whatever it is.
Exactly.
And I was going to talk to you about like big government type. Like I'm kind of with Mike on I think Biden might get it. And people always want to use like the Denmark reference for socialism working, but look at their population versus our population. It's not a full scale to where you can actually judge it of how it works. Because I mean, in the South America, where it's big and it works terribly, the only rich people there are drug dealers, cartel members.
Right.
So I think Joe will win, and I think these people obviously dropping out are trying to get that next VP seat, are basically wasting money anyway. I think Trump's going to win pretty handily. At least hope.
Oh God. Oh yeah. I mean, there's nobody that's going to even come close. I can't believe Elizabeth Warren is still
Yeah.
trying this.
Man, what about Tom Steyer's video dancing with Juvenile? I'm like, do you even know the words of this song that you're
There's no
dancing
way.
to?
There's no way.
You know, like I used to know that song verbatim.
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't even know what you up there.
There's no way he knew. No way.
And I was just amazed about. I looked it up the other day about how much Bloomberg's actually put in the campaign. It's like 166 million.
Yeah.
And think about how many homeless and people starving to death, and they're basically like just going out and lighting a daggum airplane full of money on fire. Because I mean, they don't have a chance to win.
That's
I mean,
right.
It just baffles me how these people think.
It had to be for tax purposes. That's the only thing I can figure.
He has to funnel it in back through a foundation of his to get that money back.
Yeah.
I'm sure he wouldn't just do that.
Yeah,
But
that's a good point. That's a good point. I didn't think about it like that either. I mean, it's unreal the amount of money. I mean, like I say, this $200,000. Well, let's go real small. Let's talk about this $200,000 that Lockhart's given to the government. I was sitting outside. I was talking the other day with somebody, and I was telling them, you know, I brought it up on the show before. How many mill houses are in Union County? A ton.
Yeah.
A ton. It costs about $4,000, I think, maybe $5,000, depending on the size of the house, to insulate that house.
Yeah.
Man, do you know how many? If they would just say, look, you get somebody to do it, you pay for the labor, we'll pay for the cost of the insulation. You talk about $3,000 per household. How many houses in this town would then have insulation and start lowering these power bills? I mean,
no crap. It's crazy.
It's very crazy. Well,
and I understand. I have a bigger house and stuff. It's well insulated because it's brand new. But my issue is I don't use anything different than the previous 2 months, and it's freaking $150 cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
I think somehow they actually manipulate the system to how they want it.
Oh, I guarantee.
I don't know how they do it, obviously, but. And I was sitting here thinking it's kind of off that subject, but like we have a lot of production in places here, you know, like Gestamp, Gavado, Temkin, DG, Belt, and like maybe if we could quit giving those people such a great tax break, or actually them start paying something, you know, a big lump sum on the back end. If we do give them tax break, it'll, you know, help the budget out for the county a whole lot better. Give us some money to play with on certain things.
Yeah.
And people like you brought up with Robert and Trad, because they're homegrown people and they have put millions of dollars in the county and kind of get railroaded, you know, when it comes to tax season versus these, you know, people that just come in here to throw a plan up and work everybody to death.
Yep. Work everybody to death. I know somebody who could speak to that, you know, very immediate to me, but and I did it, you know, when I worked at Cedar Hill. Now, granted, Cedar Hill's been here, you know, Milliken's the only plant that's been here, stayed here, didn't pick up and leave Paragon console. That's it. All these other ones are in and out, constant.
Yeah.
Paragon.
All right, man. Well, I'll let y'all go.
Any still future plans for possibly running for some from office, or is that?
I'll plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth? That's all right. There ain't nothing wrong with that, brother.
Well, I'm not putting it out like, you know, out of my realm. But I think for me, I'm kind of playing a long game with that because I'm still, you know, 29.
Right.
I get to do like these, you know, like these cool things going to hunt up Texas and stuff, and that would kind of. I got a buddy that just won a Congress, councilman seat, and he wasn't able to go. And I just kind of want to, you know, do a lot of stuff while I'm still young.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I know I'm more age quicker than everybody else, being, you know, getting injured and kind of, I can feel the weather coming, like old people say. So, I mean, kind of played a long game with it. And like I say, ain't completely threw it out the window, but let's play it later sometime.
I got you, man. I got you.
That's
well,
good.
you know,
That's
anytime you do, man, you let us know. We'll support you 100%, brother.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Keep doing good work. Keep doing good work, Mike.
There you go.
Thank you, sir.
Look at that.
We'll do.
Look at that. Shout out to Mr. Mike. Thank you, Kevin.
All right, man.
Appreciate it,
All right,
bud.
good.
We will never let him call in again. So, guys, we like I say, we appreciate these are good thoughts. These are good conversations, and we wanted to try to find some co-hosts that doesn't necessarily see things our way. That somebody that we could bring in here, sit in a seat, sit in a chair, sit in a couch, whatever,
sit in the
floor if they wanted to, whatever they wanted to do, and talk about things that how they see things. because that's what we need. We need open deliberation and debate to talk about these things. You know, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. So that process is still open.
Yeah, very open, very open.
So if you're interested, you know, I guess you do need to maybe touch on that.
Yeah, I mean, we just need somebody to co-host. Listen, guys, we don't get paid to be here, so you know there's no pay involved.
You're giving up your time.
It's 2 hours a week. It's not a whole lot. It's at 7 p.m. Tuesday and Thursday. We don't tie up a weekend. We never. It ain't like I'll call you on a Saturday. Hey, get in here. We got a story. No, we ain't gonna do that. We just want somebody to come in, and can I be frank about it? I guess
You can be Frank Hart.
I can be Frank Hart about this. I want to have somebody as opposite to me on my political views, and I want somebody opposite of me as far as personal views. You know, to like I've tried to get Brandon in here. He sees things a lot differently than I do. Some things I believe he just BS's for, but you know, to have another host that completely sees things on another side of the spectrum, and that's what I want. You know, whoever that may be. You come in here and you're a Hillary supporter. I mean, that's fine. We're gonna find out why. Like, you know, what the hell, you know. But you know, we want to hear it. We don't want to down you. We want to hear it. Maybe there's something we've missed. But while we're waiting, and everybody wants to call, please give us a call in, 864-441-8815. We're going to, well, I can't because the mic will go out. But I guess I can. So that right there was, I couldn't talk because I don't have the microphone set up under the screenshot, but that is Brandon's little girl, Ava. Just had her last night. Well, yesterday, actually, pretty early.
Congrats
to him. She's 7.15 pounds. He did not send me the length. I asked him when was I going to be christened as the godfather, and he said today, which I was here at work. So how that happened, I don't know. But I want to say congratulations to him. I'm glad the baby is good. The mom's good. He's good. He survived the labor. So congratulations to Brandon. I know that's tough for all dads. Mike, can you speak on that?
Yes, I could, but I won't.
All right, good deal. Why are you worried about Nick Curley watching? So, political. Oh, hell, never mind. Come on, Josh. Hey, Josh made fun of our new logo. He said he didn't like it. Want to do something about that.
Why?
It's such a simple, nice logo. But guys, like I say, if you want to call in, let's hear your opinion. You can call in anonymous. You don't have to say your name. You know, whatever you want to do. Call in, talk to us about what our form of government. Tell me if you're on the other side of it. You think the new government that Frank's trying to do or the new tax? Call in. Talk about it. Tell me why, because I'm not getting enough information, which is Frank Hart's fault. When you go to court, you've got a lawyer versus a lawyer, because you lose, and even though you may be innocent or guilty, the reason that you may lose is because your lawyer did not convince the jury that you were guilty or innocent.
That's it. That's why they say it's your case to win or lose.
That's it.
You have to persuade your peers to see, you know, your way.
Yeah, that's it. You got to paint that picture. You got to paint that story and tell us why this is going to be beneficial to us.
Yep.
And I don't see it. I don't really see it. Now, if they were going to lower our tax, like, was that Pelham that had the live council meeting? It might have been Pelham. What time was that?
Started with a C. It wasn't Chester.
No, it wasn't Chester. It damn sure wasn't Chester, because Chester ain't about the live.
God, who was it? I seen it though.
Chester's pretty much like Union, man. They don't want to broke it. I'm pulling it up. Let's see. Pickens.
Yeah.
Pickens County. They had a live broadcast of people who were coming up because their taxes are getting ready to go up. That is a town that is in it. You know, they're there trying to figure out, hey, what's going on, instead of sitting at the house and just watching it on Facebook, which I appreciate, but I would have appreciated it more if you'd have come there. Come there, be a part of it, voice your opinion, because if he don't get any resistance, I mean, they're just going to keep rolling over the top of us, right? So let's see here. It's impossible to run nothing because it doesn't.
The new logo looks like a sub sandwich.
Is that what he said?
That's what someone said.
Let's see. Who said that? Let's block him. Who is it? I don't see that.
And then Josh said it looks like a sideways Big Mac.
Oh my God. Why is everybody hungry tonight?
It was on YouTube.
I don't see it.
Comment.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I think you're lying, Mike. Yep, you're lying. I don't see it. So Mike's lying. He's off the show. Muted Mike.
No, it's on Facebook.
I don't see it. You said Facebook.
Here it is. Jeremy Black.
Jeremy Black. Block him. Block him. No, I'm just playing. New logo looks like a Subway sub sandwich. Well, take a bite out of it, man. Bite it. So
Chris Price want to know what happened to Chad.
Okay. Should we? I guess we can.
Yeah.
I guess we can. A lot of people, we got 10 minutes left. We'll end it with this. I talked about it the other night on the personal live that I did when, I was talking. And here's the thing with Chad. Here's exactly what happened with Chad. We're putting it all out there. And if Chad needs to dispute it, he can do his own video or he can come in here. He knows he can at any time and come talk about it. But what happened was, first off, everybody thinks it was because of the Kaepernick nappy-headed thing. It had nothing to do with it. Chad had quit actually a pretty good little while before that happened. He would stop in every now and then.
I think he had just been twice before the last time he
something
quit.
like that. And he just basically come out to me one night. Me and him had a serious heart-to-heart because we had, I don't want to say an incident in here. It was just his body language. And I was like, I called him after the show. I'm like, dude, what is your problem? What is going on? Is there something I'm doing? Is there something Mike's doing? What's going on? And he told me, he said, man, I just don't care about this stuff. He said, I've got nothing to say. You've said it, talking about me. He's like, you've said it on the show. I have nothing to say. And I'm like, well, Chad, that's because I want you to say something, And, he just said, dude, I don't care about this stuff. I don't care about politics. And that's fine. You're right and everything. So he said, well, I told him, I said, well, that's fine. Chad, all you had to do was say that. And he, at that point, quit the show. We were good. But then the nappy-headed thing, which, by the way, I hope everybody should know this, for the most part. That whole ordeal was started by a white dude that was trying to end this show. He used a friend of his that was so happened to be black, and they tried to end the show, and I think they got like 100 people. The dude's nothing but anyhow. It ain't gonna do no good to go there. Not even a little bit. He's not even worth the air to come out of my lungs. But then when that happened, and like I say, this is all my perspective of it. Doesn't mean it's the truth. After that, when the whole Kaepernick thing, Chad come up here and he came to my defense. He did come to my defense, but it was the defense outside of here that I didn't feel like he was coming to. I felt like, and a friend that, somebody posted a meme, a friend that takes up for you when you're not in their presence is a friend, and I was getting conflicted stories. Now, I'm not saying I didn't believe them, but Chad also wasn't talking to us. He wasn't talking to me. He wasn't really talking to Mike. Hadn't heard from him in a really, really long time, which made me start to kind of question. I'm like, all right, well, maybe this is deal. And then we had a personal argument. I'm not going to go into that. And we just decided to, we're not talking. We're not talking. It sucks. I still have him as a friend on Facebook, so he'll be able to see every bit of this. I love Chad to death. I love his family. I love Kalea, Chad Jr. I mean, I love them all, but maybe I failed him as a friend. I have no idea, but things happen.
Yeah, friends have arguments. I mean,
God.
I've had it not talk to a friend for a long time and then rekindle. It's like family. You argue with family and you quit talking to family, and then you get back together with your family. Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is.
Not unless you're a Brandon.
Yeah.
Unless you're stupid Brandon.
And Kyle's situation, him and Chad are like families, as well as him and Brandon, because they have been friends for so long. They have been a close knit group, pretty much like the Three Musketeers, And when you have that close of a relationship with someone, it becomes a family, and you have squabbles. I mean, it is what it is. So I mean, that's all it is.
And somebody just asked a question. John Gibson asked. He said, Kyle isn't your best friend, black. I don't believe you're racist. Let me tell you something. Calling somebody nappy headed, if that makes you racist, holy crap. Holy crap. But let's take this call real quick, and we'll come back to that. This is Kyle with the KC Show, and Mike, what's going on?
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
Cherish Perry.
All right, yeah. Somebody calling in trying to stop the mojo. But to go back to that, my best friend is black, as Brandon. And Chad's, I still consider him a friend. We're just not talking right now. I've only had, as I look into my past, I've only really had black friends. It's just always been that way. It's not something I chose. I never said, well, I just want black friends. I don't want white friends. I had a few white friends when I was coming up, and every single one of them, except two out of, can't tell you how many, either lied, used me, tried to take my girlfriend, whatever, in the past. And it's just never been something I jived with in future tense. But
you don't go shopping for friends on color wise either.
I don't care.
It's just who you talk to and get along with.
It's about who you connect with. But let's check out this caller. They call back. This is Kyle.
Mike. Hello.
Hey, Kyle, this is Sam.
Hey, Sam. What's going on, brother?
Nothing much, bud. I just wanted to say a couple things right quick. We got somebody about the show, and I know you've been seeing my little text on. We got somebody about the show, and if everybody wants Jeff to win this election, go to Kim Statler Bailey's website and tell her how interested you are, because the last election was rigged. I mean, even SLED said it was, and
allegedly, yeah, that's true. Go ahead.
And Jefferson brung out the signs. Mm-hmm. He's ready.
Is he?
And yes. I've talked to him for over a month now, and it's gotten better and better and better. And he's talked to everybody. Everybody's standing behind him, and he's about to announce it.
That's a game changer. If Jeff Bailey jumps into the mix, that's a game changer.
Exactly.
I don't see anybody that would beat Jeff. I'm just,
Jeff and Jimmy is two of the honest people in the world. I mean, and see, I never get into politics. My business, I've never had a sign in my yard.
Yeah.
I don't get into politics, but I will. I told Jeff tonight, I will build a sign. I will put it on a trailer and tow it behind my truck 24/7 for you.
Yeah.
Because if somebody gets mad at me and my business because I'm for an honest person that I know's 100% honest, then I don't care.
Yeah. Well, I wish him the best of luck. I hope that if he decides, I hope he gives us the opportunity to let him come on and, let him talk to people, because that would be tremendous. We need more candidates to give us as many options as the people deserve. People deserve options.
And we don't. I was in the military. We don't need chain of command.
No.
Period.
No. Not at all. Not at all. Well, Sam
and Jeff was worried about Republican and Democrat.
Yeah.
I said, you ain't got to worry about Republican, because I've done, I can't think of his name, but I've done his satellite when he was in Union, and one you had on the other night, and him and his wife's having problems, and this and that,
right?
And, whatever, and Jeff's a very family man.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's another, plus for him. That's for sure.
Exactly.
But, well, Sam, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for that information. We got another caller coming in, but brother, you take it easy, and thank you for calling us, man.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Bye-bye. This is Kyle.
Hey, Kyle, how
Hey.
you doing?
All right, about yourself.
Hey, all right, this is Jared from the Kelton community.
Hey, Jared, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Just wanted to know, can we make Union County a little bit more diversity with the police department and make the police more community friendly?
I believe
How about-
diversity should be in every section of a town, all the way from schooling to law enforcement to jobs everywhere.
Right.
It should never be solely based on the skin color. I mean, I probably shouldn't say, you know, when I talked to a certain candidate that's talking about, I said, man, that'd be pretty neat one day, you know, to see the first black sheriff, you know, of Union County, because that would be actually a neat thing to be a part of, especially if it's, you know, right for the job. But yeah,
Right.
I agree 100%.
Okay.
And they definitely need to, you know, step up their community outreach program, because there are some communities that just don't see law enforcement until
That's right.
they're called.
That's right.
Yep.
Right.
So they need to
right.
touch ground with these other communities. I mean, there's Red Point out in Carlisle that I used to be at, and you never seen an officer down that way. Right. There's the Kelton area, but there's a lot of communities that the police just don't seem to be, unless, you know, instructed to. And it's not their fault. It's just they're doing what they're told to do, and maybe they need to be told to do something different.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think that's maybe holding back some potential people of diversity from running for some of these positions?
Kyle, I partnered on that a while, and I can't come up with a good scenario. I can't. Honestly, I can't.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we figure it out, you know, because like I say, you know, we all in this together. I mean,
Right,
when Frank taxes people, it ain't just taxing, you know, one color. It's taxing every single one of us.
Everybody.
That's it.
Right.
So
right.
They just want that money, and that's that one unanimous color.
And I love that you call in and you're listening, and we appreciate that, because we need, I'll be honest with you, I would love to see more diversity in this show and hear more of ideas from all colors, sex, you know, politics,
right. Creed,
you know,
religion.
creed, all of it, because we need to really start to be able to come together and actually discuss things instead of arguing.
That's right.
Well, we appreciate the call, brother.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye. But that kind of just goes back to what I was talking about before the calls, you know, as far as my friendships and stuff go, you know, Brandon and Chad has been really the only two friends I've had in the last decade. I haven't really searched out for friends. You know, I got people who I talk to, but as far as being true friends, like where I could call if I was having some major personal issues, that's when it becomes a friend instead of an acquaintance. You know, it's you, it's Brandon, and it's been Chad and Emmanuel, you know, there for a while, which I miss him too. I miss him a lot, man, because me and him, you know, we jived a lot on a lot of stuff. But you know, I paid Jamie Davis no attention. Like I say, a guy that you know, 20 years old dating a 15-year-old, your opinion absolutely means dookie to me. Absolute crap, nothing. So Jamie Davis can continue saying what he wants to say. That's absolutely fine. But I challenge him any day to a profile pick off on, you know, Facebook. He can pull off, and I'm not talking about. And I would love to see him just start uploading. You know what I mean? Because it would just show. You show me how many people you've been around that's been in a different diversity of color other than white, Mr. Jamie. So I'll put that challenge out there to him, and then I've already got mine put together for him. I just went to Clay. I'm like, man, got more pictures of Brandon on here than I thought I would. Man, that dude is ugly. But guys, I appreciate it.
Great show.
It's a good show, a good talk. You know, I see a lot of people talking about their candidates and who they support, and like Brandon, you know, Robbie Hines. You know, I would just say, listen, there's nothing wrong with supporting, but to also keep an open mind, listen to other candidates, listen to other potential. Let's not shoot them down immediately, because there may be a better candidate out there for the needs that we're looking for. And Jeff Bailey would be he would throw a major curveball into the campaign, and really bad. Let's take this last call here. This is Kyle with the KC Show, and
Mike, thanks for calling.
How about it?
What's going on, man?
Up?
I was calling to play 5 and 10.
5 and 10. Give me 5 tater chip brands. Go.
Tater chip brand.
I think you lost, sir.
You didn't think I was ready for you, did you?
Y'all have fun.
All right, brother. See you, Josh. See you, brother. Oh man, but
I thought
I don't.
said it was.
Yeah, I don't know if that's another call or if that was a telemarketer. Let me see. Maybe they called a minute ago. Let's see. I'm pretty sure that was a telemarketer there. That was in Waterloo. Maybe. Think so.
Doubt it.
We could try it. Let's call them back. This will be our first call.
Prank
Hello,
call.
you reached 677-2881.
Let's get that off of there. I don't want to bring up nobody's voicemail or nothing like that. But hopefully, whoever it is, if they want to call back, I got a few minutes. We're a couple minutes over. But guys, like I say, as this show progresses, the more intense it's going to get here, the closer we get to November, and then on election night, I will be here. I can't say Mike will be here. I will be here until it ends. If it's 4 o'clock in the morning like it was the last time and I was sitting on my knees shouting at the TV in the living room, I'll be sitting here doing it with y'all. I'm going to be here all night long. We're going to get as many live, the local government is hard. It's hard to get a live update of that. But here's that person calling back. It's Kyle with the KC Show.
And Mike, what can we do for you?
You made it in Lake Greenwood, South Carolina.
Oh.
30 years.
What's up, brother? You doing all right?
Well, we was enjoying your show, and you bringing out a lot of great points, and I think there's a lot at stake that needs to be discussed, and you're doing a great job with it.
Well, we're trying, man. We're really trying. I'll be honest with you. If it wasn't for people watching and caring, me and Mike would be at home right now. That would be the absolute truth. And as long as people are caring, we're going to be out here caring for them,
Right.
Would you have a question or anything for us?
Well, I don't want to give no more limelight to the farce of a candidate trying to see some latest videos, but
yeah,
I think I had an experience with him back in my younger days, maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah.
When I was ripping and running, and
right.
I was at a club one night, and I wanted to play pool, and it was kind of a standard. When somebody was playing, you lay your money up on the table, and you take the next game. Well, this guy that's claiming he's super qualified sheriff material wanted to fight me over a pool game. And then in today's video, he said that he loves a good fight, and I just can't see that man even being qualified. I don't think he is. But I just wish the best man for the job. There's a lot of good people running, and you've had people call in and make comments, bring up the past. We all got past. Ain't none of us perfect. We're only judged by God,
That's right. Right. I agree with that 100%.
I feel. I don't have a dog in the racing union because I can't vote over there anymore.
Unless you're Jamie Davis.
Right.
I've seen that where he posted he's going to vote, and I keep hearing that he's going to try to use his parents' address, which
that's
boy, I hope I find that out. Oh man,
and he is, and he's trying to slam you, and you just trying to bring the corruption to light and let everybody know what's going on.
Look, I think he
the
is.
other night in the council meeting, and the lady jumped on you, and you told her, look, I don't care. I'm here for the people of the town. 100 committed to providing facts. And that's the way I feel about you and your show and your guys.
Well, I appreciate it, man. We're trying, but yeah, he's a joke. He couldn't run.
He's just using us as a catapult.
He's just trying to get attention at this point. He knows he can't run. I even showed an email where somebody typed it for him, where he's trying to get them to amend the law for him, which they're never going to do. I mean, he's just wanting attention at this point.
Yeah, he's looking for friends and followers on social media.
But man, we appreciate the call.
Yes, sir, brother.
Thank you, brother. You take care. Bye-bye. Dean, I seen your message, brother. You can come and co-host anytime, man. Anytime. Come on in. We have a seat for you anytime, Mr. Dean. I like Dean. He's a good dude. He would probably be able to bring me bring me back down sometimes. Every now and then, I know I'll be getting excited. Dina be the word of the calm. You know, he's like, calm down. But then that's when he'll flip out, be like, I'm gonna shoot somebody. Mike, how are you? You doing good over there?
Yes, I am.
You don't look like it. You look like you're just dreading each time that minute clicks over. You're like, all right, it's about time. So, guys, thank you again for watching. This was we didn't want to plan too much because we weren't sure how the new system was going to go. We're going to have a lot more for Thursday's show, and well, I don't want to say we might have a guest. I don't want to say that, but. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Damien coming back?
Damien. I don't know why you keep calling him Damien.
Because it's easier.
Okay. That's not easier.
Then Damon.
More words.
Damien.
There you go, damn it.
Show is over.
Last one.
You already had the last one.
This is Kyle.
And Mike with the KC show. Can we help you?
Hey, man, I'm already getting votes for this thing.
I see that, man. What's going on, D? Yeah, I see you getting votes, bro.
I'm hearing myself. Because I sound like a hick, and I'm really not a hick because I can't grow a mullet. But I I'm getting votes. They just texting me. It's blowing up. I'm telling you, I can't run for nothing else. I'm running for co-host.
There you go. Come on here, man. Anytime you want to come in Thursday, I mean, that'd be great, man. You come in anytime. Well, you can't sound more hickish than me and Mike.
I got to talk my wife into it. She's like, shut up, Dean, shut up. I have so much insight that I can bring to, but let me just say this first. I went through a really, really tough time a while back when I lost my job with Sheriff's Office. I thank the Lord Jesus Christ because I found him or he found me.
Right.
And man, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a changed person because of him. Am I perfect? No. Do I still make mistakes? Absolutely. I've screwed up 4 times in life. But thank God for grace and mercy. Because if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here.
That's right.
But there's a few things I could address that's going on. And people ask me my opinion. And for some reason, I haven't been there in 10 years. But people still ask my opinion. And it means a lot because I haven't talked to people in years, and I'm getting inboxes, I'm getting phone calls about who I've shared stuff and whatnot, but you know, my position on politics is my position, and what my opinion is don't matter. I'm just a nobody, but there's some good people running for the sheriff's office. It does need to be cleaned up. Now, I would say this. The whole thing about and yeah, I've made jokes about it because that's what I do. I make jokes about everything.
Yeah.
But the whole hookup incident, that's old. It happened while I was there. Unless somebody else did pizza since I've been gone. I don't know. But that happened a long time ago. In my mind, in my opinion, only knowing because of the crap that I went through because of my mistakes, why bring it up 10 years later?
Yeah.
In my mind, in my opinion,
yeah,
it's wrong. I mean, should the guy should he have gotten fired then? Absolutely. I got fired because I was so many mistakes. But
got a bad reception.
Yeah, we're kind of breaking up just a little bit, Dean. Just a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. But yeah, I heard what you said, and I mean, I do agree with it, and I get it. But I just tell you, if they're going to do it that time,
they should do it every time.
They're going to do it. Yeah, and then if you're going to do that misconduct, trust me, you're going to find a way. Next time, you're just going to be a little smarter and not get recorded. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
and then,
I could,
you know, go ahead.
I ain't got no, you know.
All right. Well, It's kind of going in and out, but Dean, it's kind of going in and out. But man, if you want to, I would love to have you come on. If you want to stop in Thursday, man, and do a show with us.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Man, I'm telling you, I live out in the country.
Yeah, I understand. It's probably my reception.
I love it. I'm gonna have to. I don't look good on camera. I don't.
Nah, man, don't worry about that.
Horrible, but man, I'm freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
I don't. No, honestly,
I don't think you have a self-conscious there. You man, you got some pride. I hear you, man. We need some comedy relief, man.
I'm pretty funny. You can ask some of them people that know me.
Mikey's going to take your spot.
Challenge accepted.
I'll just say this. I'll say it publicly.
Can
you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I do want to say this. I'm not going to bash anybody.
Yeah.
And people want me to, and I'm not going to. If I told everything that I know, I'd have to move. But I'm not going to. Yeah. I mean, God forgive me for all the bad I've done. And, I forgave people. And what, that's what we're supposed to do. But the sheriff does need to resign. I'll say that.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
He needs to go. And that was the whole thing. I don't agree with the whole bashing Frank Hart thing about the county police thing. I really think that was an impulsive decision, just trying to show they want him to resign. It was like, hey, we need you. Here's what I told somebody who asked me, and people won't agree with me, but here was my opinion. I said, cut his budget. Cut his budget, give him zero money, and when his deputies don't get paid, they won't come to work. Not that I want to see anybody not get paid, because they should be, but cut his money. Don't give them nothing. Hell, if they can run through $200,000 or whatever it was of untracked money, that would have paid a whole bunch of stuff. So I said, cut. I told a council member this. Cut his money. Yeah. Don't give them nothing. And then, just show, a clear.
Right.
I don't hate David Taylor anymore.
Yeah.
I actually learned to pray for the man. And I do still pray for the man.
Right.
Because we all screw up. We all make mistakes.
Well, brother, we appreciate the call. Mike's got to head out. He's got to go to work. But man, if you want to, you're more than welcome.
I love y'all.
I appreciate it, man. You come on anytime you're welcome. All right.
I'm waiting on some more boats to come in.
All right, man. All right, Dean.
I'll talk y'all soon, buddy.
See you, brother.
One, Dean.
Thank you, man. All right, bye-bye. All right, guys. So sorry it ran over a little bit, but guys, we appreciate y'all watching. Mike's got a long day at work. He's feeling good. I got him over there laughing a little bit, doing a little off-camera antics. We try to make each other laugh when it is. So I think I won.
Yes, because he has his finger on the camera buttons.
Exactly.
Whose phone was that, mine? Nope.
I'm on the phone with Uncle David. Oh, God. All right, guys. So, guys, we love y'all. We'll see y'all again Thursday. And if we don't have a guest, we're going to do our first giveaway on YouTube. So if you don't have the YouTube page, go get it. It will only be on YouTube, the giveaway. So, guys, we'll see y'all again
Thursday, 7 o'clock.
Chance, we're going to have to get you to spell Thursday, right? It's Thursday. It's Thursday. He got the D and the A backwards, but it was probably his phone like mine. Did it just get brighter in here or something?
That was my brain.
Oh my God. All right, guys. Well, guys, apparently we're about to have a power shortage. So guys, y'all take it easy. No internet issues. No internet issues.
That's right.
Not going to jinx it. Guys, take it easy. We love you. Mike, go to work. Make me some money.
Love you.
This has been The Casey Show. Thanks for listening, and catch you next time.